overall,
Live streaming is on.
overall is a good summary.
Is there anything else that you want to add?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry that I mean these contentions that originate from me all the time seem to be always the problem with my communication. But I mean, sometimes it's especially when we have a deadline and we have work that we need to present to Jay. And I mean, the point is that
Time for breath.
if something if I could identify something that I could say, okay, they did this well, but at least they work, right? I mean, the work is all the point. So at least they work one form, something correct. But I mean, you had to do two forms, very easy forms. We organized everything before, and then you come and show me one form wrong, and then I go into the recording, and there was nothing. Like we spent time, like I spent, sorry, not we. Okay, so I spent time in really scheduling and showing you guys and trying to train you guys, and then the result is this, like three people in a session didn't even care, didn't even acknowledge, nothing, like zero. Like they started to work with us the same day. So now, I mean, for me is and then it's the problem is my communication, and then it's the problem is my communication. So all right, I will communicate very professionally and follow policies, and of course, as I said, and it's something that is going to be very beneficial for the team, because I agree that I'm creating this impression or the perception that I'm like a middleman between the team and Jay, and this is wrong and unhealthy. So I'm gonna do a step back, and let's see what happens. I would love to be what you say, Jay, the other day. I'm gonna let myself give space for me to be surprised, amazed, or whatever. But I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, I don't know what to say.
Definitely don't hold your breath.
Yeah, I mean, let's see. Right. We missed the breath, I think. I'm sorry. Let's do the breath.
Let's do speaking of breath. Yeah. So
Yeah.
exhale together.
Exhaling.
And inhale. And exhale. So we're coming up on the pause again real soon here. Anyways, should we repeat after you again? I think you didn't really say much that was new there, so
No, I mean, it's okay.
So I think we're ready to keep moving on. It's my turn next. I mean, overall, like, obviously everybody has parts to this whole situation. It's not any one person.
Time to pause.
5-second pause. But it is important to remember that we are here to do work, right? So if there's issues with how people are doing their work, we need to have clear methods of addressing that, right? So I think that is a huge issue with the organization. If because it's really not about Alberto at all, right? Everybody should have issues with what's going on with the work and the work styles and all that stuff. And this also relates to team dynamics, but this is more than just team dynamics. This is like if you feel like there's an issue with how work is getting done, there needs to be a clear place of where that is addressed, right? I feel like, we could just say, oh, it just happens with the eval team. But is that enough? So I think that would be a request, and like a next step on my side is like, is it enough? Like if there's frustration and problems in relationship to the work, which is the reason we're all here together, where does that get addressed? Because I feel like it's not really clear. Like it's not really an eval team issue. It's more of a management team issue, right? And so I think we need a better process for addressing concerns with the work. Okay, so request concerns with addressing work. Okay. So and then from there, I just have a few other things. One is just that it's clear to me that pretty much all the policies were followed in relationship to breaking policy for Joyce and Ate and Moth, right? Everyone did the policy tracking. So under our policies, that's typically enough. But then in this situation, because it related to so much previous buildup, the policy tracking was not enough. So it needs to be escalated, ideally not as a contention and all that stuff, but there needs to be a place to address the actual work situation itself, which currently there is not a place to address it that is sufficient. So I think that can be fixed. But what's important to understand is under our policies, Joyce, Moth, Mamoon, you're not required to follow the buddy team process. That is a guideline. What you're required to do is to have a buddy team process, right? So if you don't like the buddy team process that's being proposed and you want a different
Time to
process
stretch.
that helps you get more work done, that's perfectly fine. You just need to have intention to do that. So no one's required to follow a specific process in every buddy team. And that also goes the same idea with our main sessions. Our main sessions follow a process. Like Alberto nor anybody else, including myself, does not have a right to just go into the template and change it however the hell they want to. Right? If we had a second team that also met at the same time, where there's two full teams meeting, the other team could run their session and have the template however they wanted to, because they're a separate team. For our team, we have to agree on how we run our process. Okay? And so that just needs to be understood, that you guys can basically follow any process you want to, but you do need to have a process. And the key is to like whatever process maximizes your work is what we want. Right? So I just want to make sure as we move forward that we are, creating good processes and good structure, but nothing that's too complicated that people can't easily understand it, and create and be flexible for each individual's type of work. But then the other thing I want to make sure is obviously clear that Alberto broke policies as well. And I'm pretty sure Alberto filled out a lot of policy tracking, but Alberto, did you fill out policy tracking specifically in relationship to the incident? Because everybody obviously broke some policies.
To the incident, I don't think I did any policy tracking related to the incident itself.
Because I feel like under our policies, your reaction and the escalation of that situation obviously is against policy. Like it's against policy to basically, not follow the policies, right? The following the policies would be like, okay, if this needs to be escalated, it needs to be addressed as a work issue, and but that's not what you did. You basically took it to another level, and you pushed it, and you pushed it, and you pushed it, which is fine. It is what it is. It's just, I think it's good to note that it's obviously not following policy, and in other words, it's breaking policy because it was like for example. There's nothing against, for example, Joyce not responding because she feels like it will escalate the situation, right? That's not technically against policy, right?
Yeah,
but escalating a situation by not following the policies would technically be against policy. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyways, it's just good to note that I think in this particular situation, based on what I've heard, that it is clear that everybody didn't follow policies. Right, there was at least one policy broken for each person. So I would do an additional,
Time to pause.
That everybody basically did
Time to pause.
An hour tracking a policy. And then also I want to note that there is policies related to individual work sessions, and accessibility during individual work sessions, which ideally we would go over in the future. So I do think that we need to continue this. We're getting pretty good on the conflict issues, but there's on the contention in the conflict itself. But it is important to get deeper into the issues, the policies, and the improvements. And I think that's what would happen in the future, or we would have to take a lot longer right now. But anyways, let's take a stretch, 30-second stretch, because I believe we missed the 30-second stretch.
Okay, 30-second stretch.
Okay. So I am done. Are there anything else that Mamoon, Joyce, Alberto, anything else you guys want to say before we finalize next steps?
I'm okay to move to the next step. We can address this more at the EVA session next week, if you want to.
Well, I think that's the next step. But like what I want to do is I want to finish this round, make sure everyone has expressed everything they need to say, and then I want to take the time to do next steps on how this moves forward and what we need to do to
Okay.
improve. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So let's just finish by is there anything else that anyone else wants to add? So that would be like Moth, Joyce, Alberto. Is there anything else that was not said that you want to add in relationship to this particular situation?
Yeah, I just want to acknowledge Alberto that I don't know, me or we appreciate, he's really hardworking. I know you're so knowledgeable of what you do, and we owe the ones that we know now, we owe most from you, from you. So yeah, thank you. And really, let's move forward.
Yeah, but I mean, if I can answer quickly, I mean, the way that I perceive that you appreciate the hard work that I'm putting is that instead of saying, all right, how much work is putting Alberto, let's help him out, let's try to take
Time for
something.
breath.
Yeah, so breath, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling. So the way that I'm perceiving this appreciation is that instead of saying, all right, I mean, let's try to help Alberto and to learn how to do a responsibility well independently, the way that I perceive it, the fact that, I mean, not even the link of the nodes was in the team. There is automated messages that go there, keep on going there. Nobody cares if I don't do the work that the automated message. So the way that I'm perceiving is that you say, whatever, okay, let's do whatever we have to do to accumulate hours, and then who cares about the output of the work? There is always Alberto and Jay they're gonna take care of it. That's how I'm perceiving the way that the team is performing towards work outputs, which is really, I don't know, really sad to me, because
Okay.
yeah,
Um,
that's what I'm
I've
perceiving.
got something,
Is there-
to say.
Which message are you talking, Alberto?
Yeah.
He was just talking about the automated message on Discord.
Yes. I just want to
Moth, did you
say
want to add
something.
Yeah, Moth.
Yeah, briefly. Okay. What I would like to say is that first, I would like to say that okay, there are some resolutions that Alberto has made, which I think they are very quick and they may not be in they're not because I think mostly we model the team so that we move forward and also achieve the objectives. So for you to step back in most of the issues like training us. I think that will be a big setback for us. So frictions happen where you have in places of work, they are there, but let's make a reasonable resolution that will have will put us together, please. That is my request to you, kindly.
I'm stepping back, not about the work. I'm stepping back about the attitude, right? So I'm always going to be available to train you and to work with you guys, but I'm going to be available if you guys show me that you care, right?
Time to pause.
It's not going to be always me that schedule the sessions, that make sure that the sessions happen. So like you said the other day, I checked in, nobody answered. First of all, you checked in after the hour, the start hour of the session. So I, on purpose, did not check in before. I wanted to see if somebody checked in. Nobody checked in. So I said, okay, the session is not happening. And I went to do something else. And then I saw your message later when I checked in for the session in Andromeda. So that's what I'm saying. So I'm going to be always available. I'm always going to be working, because this is not about, this is something a lot bigger that we're trying to accomplish here. But what I'm saying is that my attitude is going to be very different. So if I don't see that you care, I'm not going to care in the first place. If you don't care to schedule with me and to do training, and then to apply the training, and try to help the team with little things. I told you guys, I don't know how many times in the session, we're doing the automated message. You're gonna be pinged when you see that message. Nobody cares. Like, do the tally of it. Nobody cares. If I don't go there and I do it, nobody cares. So this is what I see. So if I see that you care, you want to schedule with me, and you check in with me, I don't answer, you check in with me again, you follow up on the check-in, you follow up on the schedule. So I see that you okay. I'm always going to be available. That's not what I'm saying. Is that I'm not going to be scheduling with people that are demonstrating to me they just don't care about me, about the organization, about our goals, about our deadlines, and that's what and that's what I'm at this time. But I'm always going to be available if you want to schedule, and you show me that you want to learn something. Of course, I'm not going to be. I would be glad to see. I hope this is going to be. This is how, because what I was doing before, it didn't work, right? Especially I'm having contention with Mamoon first, and I'm having contention with you guys with the same about the same thing after. So what I was doing before, that doesn't really work. I'm getting the opposite out, right, from what I wanted to accomplish. Now let's see with a different approach if things can become better. Otherwise, we're gonna soon. I'm sure we're gonna have the income to start recruitment again and find people that care and are gonna be worth my time.
I want to make sure that it's clear that income has nothing to do with recruitment. The only reason we don't have recruitment is because we don't do the work, right? So there's no
I agree.
income to do recruitment. In fact, we're supposed to be doing volunteer recruitment already, and we're supposed to be doing other recruitment. We're just not doing the work. But anyway, so that was all very, very good. Anything else that you wanted to add?
Time to take a break.
Mamoon.
I'd like to check out if
take a break.
I need
Say what, Mamoon?
I'd like to check out, Jay.
Okay, yeah, quickly check out, and then we're gonna take a break.
Okay. I'd like to give the session 5.5, and hopefully the problem will be solved, and we will together work as a team. So I hope not to big things up, just do the work and together as a team. And I will be working on payrolls and budget as well. Check.
All right, thanks, Mamoon. Does anyone else need to check out?
Thank you.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and take a break, like a 5-minute break. When we get back,
And I think Mel is here. She wants to check in.
Mel is here.
Yeah, I've just been listening, trying to follow along with a little bit of the contention. Just wanted to say hi.
All right,
And
so Mel, you want to check in? Do you want to stick with us, or?
yeah, I'll stay. I'll stay.
Yeah, so just check in your number, what you've been working on.
Okay. I spent 3 hours on legal stuff yesterday with one of our colleagues, Stacy, and I talked to someone interested in CCC. It's an old client who wants to renew, so that's exciting. And let's see. I'm very confused about what just happened, so I'll just catch up later about that. And I'm I guess the 7. Yeah.
Well, all right. What was your number between 1 and 9?
7.
7.
7. Okay.
Wow.
Awesome. All right. Well, yeah, I mean, we're in the middle of a contentious session. Like, basically, the incident happened on Monday. There was like all this misunderstanding, and just people didn't get work done. And now it's like kind of escalated, and we're addressing it finally today at the main session. So,
All right.
but anyways, when we come back, we're trying to wrap this up and then see how we want to move forward. Okay. And I would propose that we finish wrapping this up, and then for the contention, and then we do a view up and kind of just review all of our next topics. Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So we're gonna take a 3-minute break. I don't know. How about a 4-minute break? 4 minutes? 4-minute break.